right, welcome to Elevate. Are we on? Okay, welcome to another Elevate Wednesday. We're going to turn it over to the band and start off with the Elevate Trio and look for the good. Feel free to sing along.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who would set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. People have gone crazy. People have gone mad. People have forgotten superpowers we all had. We forgot to love and not hate. We can decide our fate. Look for good in everyone. Celebrate all our mistakes. There's a silver lining. Still have to find it, find it, find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. Always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone needs rain. Everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. I see who you are. You're just like me. See you're searching for a purpose. Guided by a dream. See who you are. Just like you. And I get lost sometimes and I forget what I came here to do. But I keep on trying. Keep on trying. Then get right. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone is God. Everyone is love and light and vibration. Look for the good. Look for the good. Everyone is bad sometimes. Maybe they should. Look for the good. Look for the good. Yeah, look out for all the devils in the neighborhood. Look out for the good. Look for the good. I love you, Jesus. Everybody go. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. Always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in
The Elevate Trio, Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse on electric bass, and Kelby MacNayr both on drums. And the BTC Community Choir in the audience. Give yourself a hand. All right, go ahead and sit down. All right. So welcome to another Elevate Wednesday at the Victoria Truth Center. It's so lovely to see everybody here in person and whoever is joining us online. Thank you for being here. Ghosts in the house, coming in and closing the door. Thank you for choosing to be with us here in person on a hot, sunny, I was going to say Sunday, Wednesday, where the patios are saying, hey, be here now, have a little drink, whatever, have a little bite. Thank you for being here with us to just feel nourished in a different kind of way here. So, for anyone, let's see, is there anyone here for the first time today? Raise your hand. Yes.
On a Wednesday.
Okay, and first time on a Wednesday. So, we have Alex and we have Lanny. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's let these guys know how happy we are that they're here. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad you're here. All right, let's take a hand, guys. All right, thank you. So whether you are here for the first time, whether you have been coming for a while, basically we come together to do one thing and one thing only. And that is to, Daniel's like, I can't remember. It's been a week. And that is to remember that there's only one thing going on. Call it whatever it is that works for you, but as long as it's this thing that is, let's see, the essence, the foundation, the very beingness, the interconnectivity of all that is, whatever word you want to use, whether it is spirit, whether it is source, creativity, universe, God, the infinite potentiality of the quantum field, energy, it doesn't really matter. It's the thing that we're here to celebrate, the thing that we're here to embrace and more fully embody, and the thing that we're here to remind ourselves of, that that's who and what we are. That yeah, we are humans, yeah, we're having this experience in these bodies, yeah, we're having these lifetimes that are finite, that start at 0 and then go to however it is, we decide to be on this earthly plane. But behind all of that, underneath all of that, the very essence of all of that, is this incredible, amazing infinitude. This awesomeness, this energy that is limitless in scope, that is created by nature, that is always expressing itself in, through, and as everyone. That's what we're here to remind ourselves of, that's what we're here to remind each other of, and that's what we're here to celebrate. So how does that sound on a hot Wednesday evening? All right, fantastic. So, as we remember who we are, we also remember where we are. That we are on the unceded lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the Songhees and the Esquimalt nations. And so if we take a look at some information, some declarations of what is important to the Esquimalt peoples, learning and continuing to live in a finely balanced relationship with the seasons, the lands, the tides, and the seasons of their lives that have sustained them. This is something that we can all more fully be aware of, that we can all more fully embrace. Really, really, really become more aware of the kinds of relationships that we're cultivating with each other, with the land, with things that we don't understand as of yet. To just be open, to be willing to learn from each other. And so following this kind of example, when we do that, then what we are doing is we are celebrating, we are activating, we are more fully embodying that incredible, amazing awesomeness that each and every one of us is. And here at VTC, we like to call it love. So by honoring, by revering, we are also celebrating the love that not only these peoples are, not just the land is, but who we are all together as one. So grateful to be able to live and breathe and work and play together. Gentlemen, some meditative music, please. And just a reminder, because there are some new people here, we're going to go right into an opening prayer. And so to keep the energy and the magic and the beauty going of what it is the music is offering us, I invite you to hold your clapping or applause until after the opening prayer. Feeling the presence and power of every single note, every single phrase, knowing that each aspect is part and parcel of the whole experience that continues to linger. So grateful for the opportunity to connect so deeply, so richly, so profoundly and sacredly through music, through love, through imagination and divine intertwinement in and out play. And so knowing that what has been stirred and continues to be stirred is that incredible, amazing love and joy and celebration and wonder that is the very innate beingness of each and every person present. I'm so grateful to know that our time together continues to unfold in this wonder, as this wonder and brilliance, right here, right now, and throughout the rest of our evening together. And so in gratitude for what we have just been gifted, for this blessing that we are all an active part of, I am so grateful to receive this gift of love, of harmony, of music, of joy, knowing that it continues to expand our minds, to open our hearts, and to activate our souls. And so for everything that is already here and for everything that is yet to come, I simply say thank you. Knowing that our time together is grounded and founded in this one incredible, amazing brilliance that is the very knowingness, that is the very essence, that is the very inception of all that is. So blessed, so grateful, and so nice. If you'd like to express your appreciation for your band, please do so. That was so beautiful, you guys. Thank you. Pablo, another arrangement of yours?
And I did the anthem.
So gorgeous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so moving along to our monthly theme, which this month is perspective. So we've had a few Wednesdays to talk about it, to share, to lean into it. We're over halfway through the month. And so just curious, 1, 2, maybe 3 brief shares about what's perspective looking like in the moment for you right here, right now, as we also remember that we have this affirmation to sort of prompt us. As I remember the infinite nature of my being, the seeming limitations of life come into perspective. So who would like to offer something tonight? I have the microphone already.
First thing that came to mind when I read the quote was that the limitations of our life could be the meaning of our life in some sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you came into a lifetime just born with full privilege, no limitations, no struggle, there might be a lack of meaning that comes from that,
Mm-hmm.
and that incarnation would be void of a lot of lessons and understandings that might not come from a more challenging life. So, so I think engaging with limitations, overcoming them to the degree that we're able to within our life, and seeing that as sort of part of the journey, especially if you ascribe to like a multiple lifetime journey,
Mm-hmm.
then this incarnation is to see it from a certain way, and part of that can be limitations. I mean, I know we want to ultimately transcend these limitations, but we do have certain strengths and certain shortcomings or things that are more challenging along the way. And I think so. So the perspective of if that's your karma or your work to work with, then that can be can provide meaning
Mm-hmm.
instead of just like being upset that you have a certain limitation. So.
Yeah. Amazing, thank you. Yeah, completely shifting perspective, where someone might find something hard, someone might find it challenging, and someone might even find a gift and opportunity in it, which then brings them more meaning than they would have otherwise embraced. So thank you very much for that. Anybody else have something they would like to share about perspective?
Sure.
Liz.
My reflection is of perspective is based on tolerance. This past week, I was sitting outside in my car waiting for an order of fish and chips, and this man came along. It was close to closing. This man came along on his bike, he locked it up, and he went in with the intention to eat in the restaurant, and they told him, well, we're almost closing, so if you could just order for takeout. And he totally railed against that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, I just want to eat in here. What's wrong with me eating in here? And they just said, well, we're closing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so he said, well, you know what? You deserve to have your, because there was no one in the restaurant. He said,
Mm-hmm.
you deserve to have your restaurant empty. It deserves to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, this guy's really rude.
Mm-hmm.
And then his parting words were to tell him to F off, and then he left. And I was going to say something to him as he was unlocking his bike right in front of my car, but I thought, oh, I don't want to engage with somebody like that,
Mm-hmm.
And so after, when I went in to pick up my order, I said to them, that wasn't very nice of that man to say those things to you. And they said, oh, he was probably really hungry and just hangry. And I said, yeah, that's true. At the moment when I was hearing all of that, I didn't see that. I just thought, what a rude ingrate this guy was.
Yeah.
But then, of course, their perspective brought about a different view of things. And in terms of tolerance, just for him, he could have been more tolerant of their preference to close
Mm-hmm.
at the time they wanted to close by giving people takeout rather than letting him eat inside.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Such a great example of several different people experiencing the same thing, but because of the perceptions and perspectives involved, completely different experiences.
Mhm.
And then how quickly you were able to shift perspective
Yes.
just by having an interaction with
Yes.
some people that worked at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I felt it was important that they were hearing from someone else,
Yeah.
acknowledgement that this guy was being very rude to them. But, obviously they'd probably heard something like that before,
And
So-
then you don't know.
And
you
you
don't
don't.
know what was
That's-
going on for him.
That's right.
So-
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, all perspective.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you everybody for your insights and your shares. So I encourage you, even though we're not meeting again next week, because there's no Elevate next week, because it's the 4th week, we do get a 5th Wednesday this month. So we're coming back for one more Elevate this month in July. So keep leaning into perspective. Keep opening up to, as I remember the infinite nature of my being, the seeming limitations of life come into perspective, and what that stirs up for you. Okay? So right now, we're going to have our feature tune, again with the Elevate Trio.
Well, this is exciting. We always have a good time thinking about the mountain theme. And so this month we picked a number of tunes, and it's been fun to come to them as we go down the calendar. This is a tune, and I've already forgotten who it's by.
Johnny Nash.
Johnny Nash. Yeah, this song, you know, in the back of my head at some points, but I never check it out. And that's one of the beautiful things, you know, about opening or closer tune, when you just get to dig into something a little more, you're like, oh wow, there's some meaning in these lyrics. So I hope you enjoy our version of it. Maybe you'll find some meaning in the lyrics too. I can see clearly now the rain has come. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that hide me down. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshine day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshine day. Think I can make it now, the pain is gone. I forget the words, it's only singing loud. All of the dark clouds behind me now. Oh yeah, that's right. Bright, sunshine day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshine day. Look all around, nothing but blue sky. Look around, nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone in the dark clouds that hide me down. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshine day. It's gonna be
come here and elevate too, because we had that like way at the beginning. Remember Joel Black sang it? It was beautiful. And so I did a whole talk on it, so that's what I'm not going to do tonight. But I do want to just remind us of those opening lines, that opening verse. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. And so this actually kind of makes me think of something that Daniel just offered when we were talking about the perceived limitations that someone might have that maybe might hold them back in a life experience, whether they think of it in terms of karma, or this is my lot in life, or this is the hand I've been dealt, or whatever. Or you can see those seeming limitations not as obstacles, but as opportunities. And even if they're there, you can see so clearly that they don't actually stand in your way. So thank you for that. All right, so going back to the song, what I hear in that song when I hear those lyrics is we're at choice. We are always at choice. We get to decide every single moment, every single day, how we are perceiving life. What perspective or lens or point of view we have going on, it depends how we're going to receive our life experience, how we're going to create our life experience. And so we need to remember that we're always choosing, whether we're aware of it or not. And so the work is to get really clear with our vision, with our inner sight about how it is that we're showing up in life and what it is that we want to create as a life experience. And so something that came across my purview just today was this quote, this post by Jim Carrey, which was on someone's feed. I don't even know who it was. I'm not even sure who I'm following sometimes, but it appeared, and I'm like, this is great. I really appreciate this, because the older he gets, the more philosophical he seems to get, and the more contemplative he seems to get, and the more he comes out with these things that make me go, whoa, or like, whoa, or I kind of disagree. Anyway, so today, this is part of what I saw, and it has to do with, it's the meditation quote that we had, which is taken out of the big chunk of the post. Life is so beautiful, especially when I'm absent from it. Get right at the beginning. What? Life is so beautiful, especially when I'm absent from it. So just let that kind of, percolate for a bit. Don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey is a great character, and I was lucky to get the part. But I don't think of that as me anymore. And so right off the bat here, I appreciate what he is saying, but I'm going to sort of hone in on the word lucky, because I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in chance. I don't believe in randomness. The way that I am where I am right now with my level of awareness and consciousness, I believe in what we teach in Science of Mind and New Thought is that there is order, there is structure, there is harmony to everything. So even though something may seem chaotic, even though we may not understand something, there is some kind of order and design to it. And it's ours to sort of open up to what that might be. So I was lucky to get the part, but I don't think of that as me anymore. He chose to come into this life as Jim Carrey, okay? That was his fortune. I used to be a guy who was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and universe experiencing a God. So there's kind of been a shift. This is a really cool shift in perspective, and this is something that for me is like my most important work, to continually remind myself that even though I am in this human body, even though I am living what seems like a finite life experience of being born to dying at some point, that underneath all that, behind all that, within all that, there is this energy, there is this creativity, there is this spirit, there is God, there is love, whatever it is, that's who and what I truly am. And so I get plenty of reminders every single day to remind me of my seeming limitations. And when I do, when I'm really focused, then what I do, or my work to do, is to remind myself that I am bigger than that. I am more powerful than that perceived limitation. I am so much bigger, more powerful, more creative, more infinite than any of the thoughts I have, than any of the beliefs I hold dear, any of the feelings that I might feel, any of the experiences that I've had. And I believe that to be true for every single one of us, every moment of every day. And so here I love that he has had this perspective shift where he appreciates what he has done and who he has been up until now. But there came a moment, maybe there were several moments, but there came a time in his life where he opened up and broadened his perspective, going back to last week, to see himself as so much more than just every single thought, belief, feeling, experience that had gotten him to where he was in that moment. So he continues to say, and this is the quote from the meditation, that peace that we're after lies beyond personality, beyond the perception of others, beyond invention and disguise, even beyond effort itself. He says, you can join the game, fight the wars, play with form, all you want, ... And when I read this part, I thought, play with form, all you want. This reminds me of that shadow on the wall analogy that I love to talk about so much. If there's a shadow on the wall that is displeasing you, that you're not happy with, that you want to change, if you try and fiddle with the shadow on the wall, you're never going to have any kind of success. What you need to attend to is the thing that is casting the shadow on the wall, right? Get to the source, get to the root. And when you attend to this, then the shadow that is going to be cast on the wall is going to be more in keeping with what you want. So what he's saying here is, you can think about all the thoughts, all the experiences, all the stuff that is going on, all the relationships in your life, and I'm not saying that they don't require our attention. But what he's saying is, you can focus on all that stuff that you want, but until you let that go, until you turn within and focus on who and what you truly are, then it's going to continue to feel like effort. And so we even have to let go, kind of like David Hawkins, let go of the effort itself. So this morning, I was in my last Aramaic Jesus class for this year. Neil did tell us that he's doing another longer, more intensive thing in January. But for today was the last class. And one of the things that came up just a few minutes before we ended was someone asked him about how do we apply these translations, these Aramaic translations of the Lord's Prayer to our daily life. And the person who was asking was specifically asking about when there's all this stuff going on in the world, you know, whether it's Russia and Ukraine, whether it is Palestine and Israel, whether it is something happening in your own life, whether it is the thoughts in your head that are driving you crazy, how do you apply these things that we have just learned, the chants, the nuanced translations from Aramaic rather than Hebrew or Latin or Greek? And so he reminded us of lines 7 and 8 in the Lord's Prayer, which are Wela tachlan lenesyuna ela patsan nimbisha. I just love saying that. It's just like such cool language. And those are the lines that translate into, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. And so typically, if we take this at face value, then what it can seem like is that there's some kind of energy, there's some kind of entity, there's some kind of badness that exists outside of us, and we don't want to get sucked into that. So help us, save us, teach us, show us the way. But in a very dualistic way, that there's something outside of us that could affect us, and that there's something outside of us that would be the thing to save us. But according to the Aramaic translation, what they actually mean is, do not let us enter chronic forgetfulness of soul, of source, but release us from acting unrightly, not in tune with self-healthy purpose. Shortened, he's basically saying, and this is Neil Douglas Watts translating Aramaic from what Jesus would have said, remember who you are. Remember who you are and live as that. Show up as that. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in the minutia or the mishigosh, which is what Neil used today, of the day-to-day. It's going to happen. Just don't let yourself get caught up in it. Don't get tangled and enmeshed. You can navigate all of that stuff as who and what you truly are. Because who and what you truly are, who and what we all are, is infinitely more powerful, creative, and resilient than any of that stuff, any of the form that Jim Carrey is talking about, any of the unripeness that we might experience, anything that isn't in tune with our self's healthy purpose. And so back to the Jim Carrey quote, the end of it, he writes, "But to find real peace, you have to let the armor fall. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory." So for those who are here at the end of the meditation, I ask at the meditation, I invite you to consider, what are you willing to risk to be seen in all your glory? For the glory that you are, to just shine out into the world. Are you willing to risk failure? Are you willing to look stupid? Are you willing to be told you're wrong, you don't know how to do it? Are you willing to let go of everything that has gotten you to this moment, right here, right now, so that you can open up to a new, different, more expansive, infinite version of who and what you truly are? And if you're not willing, are you willing to be willing? That's the bridge. Okay? To be willing to be willing. So my talk title for today is, going back to the song, I Can See Clearly Now. I can see clearly anytime. Okay? Because we are always a choice. We're always choosing what it is that we're focusing on. We're choosing whether we look at those obstacles that are seemingly in our way and see them as obstacles and see them as getting in the way and see them as from preventing what it is we want to do, or we see them as gifts and opportunities or just information that we can move around or over or under or through. The choice is ours, nobody else's. So anytime we can choose to see clearly, anytime. It's not dependent on this beautiful, bright, sunshiny day that we're experiencing. It's dependent on what is going on in our mind, the inner sight, the vision that we hold. If we clear away all the perspectives, all the forms, all the different lenses through which we view and experience our life, we get down to who and what we truly are. And that vision, man, when we're clear, everything looks different. So to finish off, I normally have some questions for you, but I actually want to read questions from this book that was gifted to me by Sherry, who was here, Ceremony by Brianna Wiest. And as I was flipping through this today, thinking, is there something in here that I can offer? This stood out like crazy. So these are the questions that I would love for you to take with you as you move out into the coming hours, days, and week ahead. What if there is a path for you that is greater than what you can envision? What if there is a life for you that is more than you would even know to ask for? What if you are inherently and unknowingly limited by your old perspectives, your outdated ideas of what is possible? What if all the discomfort within your being is simply trying to redirect you to a place beyond anything you've considered before? What if there is more than you know? What if there are things out there so good you don't even know you're waiting for them? So as we move into the coming hours, days, and week ahead, I invite you to really, really open your eyes, open your heart, open your inner eye, your inner ear, everything, and remember who you truly are. And when you move through life from moment to moment to moment, let go of all of the stuff. Even if you think like it's helping me, it's good, I can hang on to it, be willing to let go. Because when you let go, there is nothing that stands in the way. And then you can truly say, I can see clearly anytime. Thank you, and so it is. All right, time for some conscious conversation. So I'm going to strongly encourage groups of 4, because then everybody gets a chance to chat and share. And we'll come back in about 7 minutes.
We'll come back in about 7 minutes, everybody online. Thanks for joining.
time window that anything that I want to have happen past that time window, it's constraint of mortality is a limitation that should be considered. I mean, that's obvious, but you know, I probably would have run into that same thing. Probably never played as well as Pablo. I mean, like, there's certain things that doesn't necessarily mean that you're yourself less a person. It's important to recognize that you have certain limitations and to actually be comfortable with this and to make yourself a unrealistic standard. But it's also important to recognize that I think that probably run way faster than I can by putting in that time and putting in that training. I can't put it in that training. Way better than I probably could ever imagine I could right now. So,
Alright.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, everybody, thank you and welcome back. Alright, so time to show some appreciation and love for everyone. Whomever had something to do with today happening, would you please stand so that you can be loved up? Alright, the LA trio is rising. Tambourine lady in the back there. Could you also help clean up? Yeah, and if anyone's planning on helping clean up today, feel free to stand right now. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so let's all love everybody up. We appreciate you. We love you. We see you clearly right now. All right, if you're here for the first time today, please stand. All right, same thing. We appreciate you. We love you. We see you clearly right now. And now everybody else who wants to stand, please stand, and let's all love each other up. We appreciate you. We love you. We see you clearly right now. And now find one person, maybe someone you don't know that well. Look at them, turn those we's into eyes, and let them know, I appreciate you. I love you. I see you clearly right now. Oh, right on. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. All right, and when you're done, come on back, have a seat. Oh, and so, thank you for being here today. Thank you for participating, engaging. If you feel that you have been spiritually nourished, if you feel that you have been uplifted in some way, if you are feeling better walking out the door tonight than you did when you came on in, then I invite you to invest in your spiritual center. Because not only is this a place, a physical place with some super awesome programming, but we are also a charitable organization that champions other charitable organizations and communities in and around the city. So the more you give, the more we get to champion those communities and organizations, the more we get to offer our community as we grow and build and expand together. So there are many ways to donate. info@victoriatruthcenter.org. If you are donating via e-transfer, there are these slips now instead of the envelopes. So just make sure to fill in your information there. And then when the e-transfer goes through, then our treasurer will be able to match it up. If you would like to donate via cash or check, there are actual tithing envelopes over by the silver bowl on the back there. Again, please fill out your information so that our treasurer knows who to credit in case you want to get an income tax receipt. However it is that you are giving of your love today, I invite you to place your hands on your heart as we express this abundance affirmation together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By joyously contributing to my spiritual center, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. And so I invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze, whatever it is that feels right and good, as we feel this gratitude appreciate. As we open up to the infinite possibilities of who we can become, of who VTC can become. And so knowing that every single offering of love goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, I am so grateful for everyone who is giving of themselves, who is investing in their spiritual center right here, right now. So for everything that is being offered, for everything that is being received, I simply say thank you, thank you, thank you for this abundance that is always in flow, and so it is. Announcements. All right, this Saturday, 9D Breathwork Journey, only 2 spots left. So if you're interested, please let me know. We're going to be doing it every 3rd Saturday of the month going forward. Okay, so there will be more, but this Saturday, only 2 spots left. Celebrate Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here in the sanctuary. We will not have one on the last Sunday of this month because we as a community, the Sunday goers, are going to support Unity Vancouver Island at First Met. There's a special event happening there, and there are posters about that on the wall and on the door if you want to know more. This Sunday is another healing circle happening right after Celebrate Sunday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. If you or someone you know is in need of prayer, please come and join this circle of intention and affirmative prayer. No experience required. Just come and be present, and let's focus our healing intention and energy on whoever it is that requires prayer. Elevate Your Creativity, normally happening on the 4th Wednesday of the month, is coming back in September. So no Elevate Your Creativity this month, no Elevate Your Creativity next month, coming back in September, the 4th week of September.
So what's happening next Wednesday? Nothing?
Nothing, we're going dark.
Summer, Wednesday off.
Um,
And we took 4th Monday off, and we're taking 4th Friday off.
yeah.
Is that in there too?
No.
Okay. So Music and Mantras, which happens on 4th Mondays with Coraline Shante, that's also been paused for the summer, for summer breaks. And the Radiate, which is 4th Friday, which is the spiritual salon that I host, is on pause for July and August, and will be reborn with a new format in September. So stay tuned.
Thanks.
Rebirth. Okay, if you would like to be more involved in the happening and the unfolding of VTC, please let us know. Let Sherry is a board member. She's also the brand steward and my co-lead extraordinaire. Let her know, let me know, let anyone on the board know how you would like to be of service. And we would love to just have you shine your skills and your talent and your love in our community. There is the Healing Circle happening on Sunday, but at any time, if you or someone you know is in need of prayer, you can email prayer@victoriatruthcenter.org. I receive those emails, and it will go out to our VTC prayer team who will pray for you and yours affirmatively. Here, you can fill out a little form, excuse me, in front of the silver bowl there, drop it in the prayer box, and then we will pray for you. If you are not already on the VTC newsletter, I invite you to sign up. It is the best way to stay in the flow of the know of what is happening at VTC and when. The sign-up sheet is on the blue table over there in the back. Please write legibly so that I can tell what your email address is. And community announcements. Pablo, what do you have coming up?
Yeah, the Cuban night called Havana Hermans on July 26th.
Up Havana?
Yeah.
I'll be playing with Baldy on Saturday night at the Vancouver Island Folk Festival just outside of Duncan.
Right.
Wow.
So that
Providence
will be-
Farm.
Yes.
Yes.
What's it called?
It's the Island Folk Fest.
Island Folk Fest. What's the name of the place?
Providence Farm.
Providence Farm.
Yeah, it's a really nice spot.
He's really fun to work
Very
with,
sweet.
so it's going to be a beautiful show.
Oh, I just heard about someone maybe looking to rent that for a static dance community.
Yeah.
Yeah, neat Providence Farm.
Providence.
Pablo, where's your event taking place?
At Hermans.
Oh, at Herman's. Downstairs though, now.
And
Not
this is
until,
where
Yeah,
the
yeah,
class,
yeah,
right?
right. Yeah.
When is the one on Saturday? What day?
26
No,
July.
when you or is it already booked that one?
I don't care about paddles.
No, I do, I already booked
Yeah,
that.
it's
This coming Saturday.
That's the
Yes.
next Saturday.
Yes, we'll be performing at 8 o'clock. But they have stuff all day long. Great food.
Where is that?
Okay.
Is it Vancouver?
At the Vancouver Island Folk Festival, which is in Providence Farm, just outside of Duncan.
Okay. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share with the community? Okay. A new offering by the Victoria Multi-Faith Society. I am a board member on that in that community, which is being co-hosted by VTC, is Spiritual Perspectives, community conversations on hot topics. So we're bringing people from we're inviting people from various faiths to come together to hear a 10-minute talk on a hot topic. In August, it happens to be social media, and then we go into breakout groups for about 30 minutes and just talk about that topic and what's coming up for people and solve the problems of the world together from these different faith perspectives. There is no cost for this. You can make a donation if you like, but it's happening here Sunday, August 11th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. All right, time to get up and sing our closing song by Michael Franti and Spearhead. Enjoy every second. And sing the chorus. The chorus is catchy, the chorus is easy to sing. If you want to try and rap along with the rest, feel free. But do the chorus.
All right, here we go. Just getting a little bass sound action. Are you all ready? You got your bass drums and your hi-hats and your snare drum. So I would encourage you to add some foot to that. So near your hands are, not your feet. So there you go. So your feet are my bass drum.
next week.
Thank you.